Hello, everybody. You're watching Laketoria Nights, a show where we talk about movies, TV shows, video games, and everything in between. I'm Kevin, the nerdy Namek, joined by Andy, the humble half Saiyan, and CJ, the swagger Saiyan. Say hello, guys.
What?
Swagger Saiyan?
Yep.
The fuck is
What?
that even?
Yeah.
Did you?
I want to point out
my
you-
Goten from GT?
No, I want to point out that you ditched the very obvious Super Saiyan. If you
No, I
wouldn't-
didn't. No, yeah, I did that on purpose. I wasn't gonna say that. I just refused to say that. I wasn't gonna say it.
Well, then I quit the show. Enjoy, everybody.
So today we are going to be talking about the Dragonball Super Movie, or rather, the villain that was announced in the movie. So guys, how do you feel about Brawly being the villain in this movie?
Boo.
Tired.
So
Tired Brawly.
You know what it really is, though? Brawly was a good villain, and then when they dubbed the Brawly...
years ago.
Then when they dubbed it in English and then killed Brawly, like just overkilled Brawly in video games and everything because he was so popular, it just kind of ruined him as a character. But I do think, like, I don't want him to be the new villain, but with Toriyama kind of doing his own spin on it, I'm kind of like, alright, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Because they were saying, like, Toriyama forgot Brawly's actual story and had to go back and watch the movies.
well, he wasn't involved with it. I don't think he
Yeah,
was actually involved with the movie.
Is that he, like, just drew him and that was about it.
We need to get Akira Toriyama on here so it can be Laketoria.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that you
I
just
got my bad pun out of my system.
so you're just saying that it's that's been played out. Are you more disappointed or are you just curious?
Mixed bag.
Yeah, same. I'm curious to see what he can do with it, but yeah.
Well,
I
if you
would've
remember,
liked the new villain.
yeah, well, if you remember last time, they said something about this movie is supposed to explain the history of the Saiyans, and it kind of feels like he's trying to tie in Brawly with the history of the Saiyans.
I think the
That's
one cool
fair.
thing about this is that Brawly becomes canon.
Well, yeah, I think this is the first Dragon Ball movie that's actually canon to the series, because all those other Dragon Ball movies were never canon.
Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F are technically canon now.
No, they're not.
They extended both movies for the first two parts of Super.
Yeah, but those two movies aren't part of it. They just redid it and said, all right, we're going to turn this into 12 episodes.
Which now makes it canon.
No, those movies still aren't canon, because there's a lot of stuff that they said in that movie.
If you take a movie and break it up into 12 episodes, said movie becomes canon. Even if you add a little nuances to it.
Even if you change the
That's
movie a
not
little
true.
bit?
GT's not canon anymore.
Well, GT wasn't written by Toriyama, so...
I know. I'm just saying. Not everything with episodes is canon. Thank God.
No, I'm saying if you take a movie and you turn it into episodes in the canon series, then it just becomes canon.
I don't think it becomes canon.
How?
There's so many differences that happened in the series than happened in the movie.
Not that many. If you
All right,
streamline
we are
it, it's the
getting
same
off
thing.
topic.
Okay, fine. Back to Brawly being a villain. Eddie, your take on Brawly being in this new movie.
I don't like Brawly as a character. I don't know why he ever became so popular. Ever. Like, I don't know where his popularity stems from, so I can't really understand why people are so gung-ho about Brawly or him being a good villain. So, I'm not really excited. I am, I guess, curious to see how Toriyama spins it,
Right.
because he makes everything golden just by touching it, but I'm just not a big Brawly fan, I guess.
Well, I guess since
he's not
he's
an
now...
interesting character.
Right, well, since he's now putting a spin to Brawly, and there is a chance that Brawly could actually become an interesting character now, where you're just
and
like,
that's
hey,
what
I kind of,
is, like,
yeah.
I'm curious
But
to
they
see
said
where
they
he
added
takes
more,
it.
they're saying they added like kind of more layers to the character, and there's gonna be like a whole other dimension to him that we haven't seen before.
Because
And yeah.
otherwise, he's basically just Super Saiyan Bane, and I don't care about that.
I know there's a
He's
couple
just gonna
other...
break Goku's back and just tell him that he was not born. He was not born on Vegeta.
Funny thing about Bane is I only like him in The Dark Knight Rises.
It's all because of that goatee mask that he wears on his face.
Oh my god. So
I know.
with this, so with this change with Brawly, I guess the reboot, do you think that later on, do you think there's going to be more movie villains that might be rebooted into the series that become canon? I mean, which other movie villain would you want to see come back? And don't say Garlic Jr. because that guy sucked, and nobody wants to see him come back.
He's the only one who got his wish.
Yeah.
He's the only successful. He's the only successful Dragon Ball villain. Only one.
I don't know. I think Frieza got his win in, or not really get his win in, but he got a wish back.
Frieza got killed like a dozen times.
That's not a great KD ratio there.
Yeah, no. I guess you're right about that.
Frieza comes back to fill out a few episodes and then die again. You can't kill Garlic Jr. You gotta get him back into like the fan. He's like General Zod. He just lives in the Phantom Zone now. He's not even dead.
I guess so. Well, what about during the Android movie, like one of the androids coming back, or BoJack coming back?
I'm tired of androids coming back.
I would be down for BoJack coming back. I'm super into that show right now. BoJack Horseman's just one of my favorite characters.
I am not talking about BoJack Horseman, and you know it.
Honestly, Lord Slug.
Okay.
And I say that because you can explore Namekian lore in that movie. And that'd be a whole nother side of Dragon Ball that we haven't really gone to.
Yeah, I'd be into that.
I'd appreciate that. I still go back to Garlic Jr. because he got his wish and he's immortal. So why not?
Okay.
But knowing how fans are, we're probably gonna get like Turles before we get any of these.
We're gonna get
Bardock.
Then the return of Brawly, then son of Brawly.
We're gonna get the Tree of Might all over again. I hate that movie.
Or we'll get World's Strongest, where Goku can fight a robot.
I liked World's Strongest.
I would watch Goku fighting robots rather than him fight Brawly again.
They did a whole series on it. It was called the Cell Saga.
That's true.
Well, okay, so
I
what is?
I want to fight giant robots, though.
Okay, so what is it about Brawly that you all just really hate? Because I know it seems like he's just it's because of popularity. It's just overusage. That's what it is, really.
Like, the original Brawly movie was good. The second Brawly movie, I'm kind of like, wait a minute, he's still on Earth? How? And then Bio Brawly was just garbage. Bio Brawly I'd rather forget about, because it was just Swamp Thing.
I believe the new term for that is Zamasu.
I don't know, the original Brawly movie was good. The story was a little weak, but, like, the actual, like, the fight between Brawly and the Z Fighters was actually decent.
Yeah.
And I didn't like how Brawly grew to like some ginormous size. I thought that was like weird. I'm like, what transformation is that? But I think Brawly coming back, I feel like if they make him like, he already looks different, from the movie poster, from what we're used to seeing as Brawly. And I think that they could actually do him justice and have him in canon and, make a really good movie out of it. And I think because they're not just rehashing old shit that we already know, they're actually making Brawly an adaptable character where he's not just, I'm mad at Goku for crying. Because that's literally that's literally the basis of the first movie. You're a crybaby, and I've been holding this grudge for 30 years. For reasons.
Because I have daddy issues myself.
It would essentially, Kevin, if you came to Pennsylvania and beat me up because I cried as a baby, that's pretty much the Brawly.
But didn't Brawly get stabbed because Goku kept crying?
No, Brawly got stabbed because King Vegeta wanted to kill him because he was too strong.
Oh, I thought it was because Goku was so loud that he got so mad that he walked in and just reached in and grabbed the child and just stabbed him. It was just like, just be quiet. And Goku just stopped crying after he got stabbed.
King Vegeta wanted him dead because he thought he'd become too strong.
Oh.
Kevin, even if that were the case, does that warrant a 30-year grudge?
I mean, if I got stabbed, baby.
Listen, if I got stabbed, it's not going to take me 30 years to get my get back.
My point exactly.
We're talking about like at least a 30-hour time frame where I'm going.
But you're a baby. What do you mean 30 hours? You're gonna get
He's
your revenge?
Listen. He saved his father and himself from the destruction of Planet Vegeta. You mean to tell me he couldn't get his revenge?
Not as a baby, I don't think so.
Baby.
As a baby, he carried his dad to Earth in a bubble. A bubble.
I think we have a confusion between power and intellect at the same time as a baby.
Which leads me to my point as to why I don't care for Brawly. He's just a big, dumb villain.
Kakarot.
No, there's nothing interesting about him. And that's why I still don't get why people like Brawly. I'm really hoping that...
I think they just like him because he wrecks shit.
I guess, but it's just like I don't know. I'm really hoping Toriyama can pull that around and make him into a villain with an actual personality. Because as it stands, he is basically just like some drugged up cyber zombie.
Well, I mean, in the small little preview, when you don't even really know who he is, where you kind of see him get into a fighting stance, but you can't tell who he is, that's more skill than Brawley ever showed in any other movie.
That's true. He's not just standing there, mostly naked.
Oh yeah, huh? He's in Saiyan armor and all that other stuff. So yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But yeah, so like I said, I'm hoping Toriyama can make him into an interesting character. I'm not holding my breath, but at this point, basically anything would make Brawley more interesting than he is now.
Although the one cool thing about the original Brawley movie is when Brawley took his dad in the Saiyan ship and crushed it into a javelin and then chucked it. That was a pretty brutal way to kill someone.
Jesus Christ.
Funny
Okay.
how he was the only person that actually died in the movie, because obviously Brawley didn't die since there was the second one.
Maybe that's why people like him, is because there were a lot of people with daddy issues who just like felt justified in watching Brawley smash his father into a javelin.
I do have a question though. In the second Brawley movie, why did Brawley think that Goten was Goku? Now, granted, they look alike, but he had
that was the third one. I think that was the third one.
That was the second one.
Bio Brawley.
No, because in the second one, he fought Gohan, Goten, and Trunks.
No, I thought that was the third one.
No, in the third one, he fought Goten, Trunks, and Android 18.
But Gohan was there.
Y'all have way better memories than I
Gohan
do.
wasn't in the third one. Gohan
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gohan was in the... No, Gohan was in the third one.
No, he was in the second one.
Was he? Now I gotta go back and watch it. It's been so long. But I thought...
I was thinking, why do you think that Goten is Goku when you just got done fighting Goku and Goku was an adult? So it wouldn't make sense that he was like a 7-year-old child.
Brawley knew that GT was gonna happen before anybody else.
Mr. F.
Oh
Mr. M.
All right. Well then, before we end it off, I know we kind of talked a little bit about the Dragon Ball Super movie in a past episode about 3 months ago. I was gonna ask anything if this changes what you think the movie's gonna be like, if it's gonna be better, if it's gonna be worse. But I think you guys pretty much answered that question when you're just like, well, we'll wait and see what he does with Brawley first, because he did say he was only gonna make small tweaks. Does this change your opinion about the overall movie and what you think's gonna be?
I guess I'm less excited for it now, and I'm more just outright curious than I was.
I would agree with that, because I was just about to say he killed my excitement but piqued my intrigue.
I'm glad we were just like super on the same wavelength here today, CJ.
I agree. The only person that's off is Kevin.
Why? Why am I the one that's off?
Because you spent like the better part of 10 minutes not agreeing with me when you know I'm right.
Okay, 1, the movies aren't canon. 2, we're going to leave now. So does anyone have any final words on Brawley before we do anything else? Any final words? Anything else on Brawley before we head out and we end this episode?
I'm about to give Kevin a Brawley like beating.
Andy?
I got nothing. Just, you know what? My final words. Please make Brawley interesting for once.
Okay, well that's all we have for
Brawley
today.
comes out wearing glasses and reading a book. Like,
That's all we have for today.
You know what? If it makes him into an intellectual, I'm
nice
into
to
it.
see you again. I've just been researching the history of Saiyans.
All right then. So we're ending this
See how I
here.
tied that all in together?
Okay, yeah, okay, we're done. We're done here. Shut up. All right.
No, that was
Okay.
perfect. It
No,
went
no,
full
we're done.
circle.
We're finished. No, this is okay. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help us get over 9,000. We're done. Bye.
Come back next episode for the rest, just like a Dragon Ball Z episode.
The longest week.